What up, YouTube? This is Carlos Talamantes here. And so today I decided to go back to Ian Shuffle, giving it a little bit further testing. And I wanted to get more of a clear opinion about it before I actually put it up on a video. And just to kind of give my thoughts about where it's at and my favorite target for Ian Shuffle, which I don't see a lot of people doing. And I feel like it's the best. Well, I'll explain that later. But I went X1 today. Yeah, I got to see a lot of friends, which I was really excited about. Got to play a lot of games and learn a lot. So I'm just going to put out the deck right away, and I'm just going to focus on a little key points because the deck profile is mostly the same. But we're going to get right into it, actually. So, like I said, the E-Hero lineup is all the same. I don't change this. I like the way it is. So one thing I did do, I did decide consciously to keep the Dark Angel because there's that combo with Fusion Destiny and a few other cards, you know, with Ian Shuffle that allow you to make that specific board with Dark Law, DPE, and like all that stuff, and Dark Angel. Less cards for good results. So 6. Then the Ian Shuffle itself, I'm going to come back to it and I'm going to talk about it. So 3, 3, 3, 3. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the Mass Chain second. Okay, so Ian Shuffle. This card's good. This card's cool. This card is solid, but it's not broken yet. I feel like this is not the correct time to be playing this. And these are just my thoughts. Other people might already have an opinion about it. Other people might already feel the same about it. Other people might have already written this card off or absolutely loves it because it gets you mass change. I like it, but the thing about it is that it's always going to only be a net neutral card if you play it correctly. And yes, you know, other cards get you more cards, you know, turn after turn or whatever. But the thing about it is that, for example, say if you summon Stratos and they imperm you, you Ian Shuffle into Mist, and then you get a Mastering Search. Now, from that point forward, you need to think about how you're going to progress your game state in an efficient way, not just make Dark Law, but in an efficient way. Now you've already used your normal summon, and you've also used Shadow Mist effect. So how are you going to either break a board or build a board in an efficient way? And so right now, with the current card pool that we have, I feel like this can definitely be something better. Now, again, like I said, other people can already have their opinions about the card, but I wanted to give my take about it. I like this card, but until Wake Up Your Elemental Hero comes out, this card is not going to reach its potential. When Wake Up comes out, you might see more Spirit of Neos, and that will be even better because you have more versatility for your targets in different ways that you can progress the game state rather than just settling for the bare minimum. And the fact that it does require that specific E-Hero, one of these obviously, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel good. Yeah, it just doesn't feel worth. Like, it could be something else that will help you. Like, these are actually going to either go back to being branded regained, or it's going to be super poly, or maybe even pot of prosperity. And so those are going to be the next things on the testing block. But I do like this card a lot, but it's just not its time for it yet. You know, it will still get you results. It's still going to get you the mass change, you know, but it's just not good enough yet. So the Mass Change second, this is going to make more sense when you see my extra deck. But I like this because, yeah, it's a 1 of 2, but it's searchable. And then 2, all your boards are so much stronger, even going second right now, you know, for game 1 going second, when you're able to put up a Dark Claw through Interruption. And so I really like this. I wanted all my cards to be as searchable as possible because all these cards are, you know, really crucial right now. So I think that's it for this, but I'm going to go on to my extra deck and I'm going to zoom past it a little bit faster And I'm just going to explain the difference in cards, the different cards that I tested. So, across the links, I played 3 Dark Law because of the Mass Change second. A lot of times with Dark Angel plays, sometimes you'll go like double Dark Law. And so you'll want the second one if they clear your board, if they like Dark Ruler or whatever, and you need the third one for the grand game. It doesn't always come up, but it does come up, because you're playing so many change cards. So I do that. Then this double Sunrise, I'm gonna leave this card. Shining, Ab-Zero, and then Escalade out. Lastly, the 3 Destiny Heroes. So I put Dangerous back in because if you're playing Dark Angel, what you can do is you can save the, you're always going to go for this, and then you're going to, off of Fusion Destiny, then you're going to make this off of Poly. But on the follow-up, what you can do is you can save the Fusion Destiny after you drew 2 off a Liquid Soldier. A lot of times you end up drawing into Fusion Destiny. So you save the Fusion Destiny, and then you use it to send a Mist, and then you send Dark Angel or Plasma, whatever one you didn't use. Then you get the Mist Search, and automatically you have a Cross Crusader, so that way you can start reborning stuff and go deeper in your place. But the card that I played, it's kind of funny because I never really thought I was going to be playing this card. But I actually played Contrast Hero Chaos. And it does come up, and I'm not telling you guys that this is gonna come up every game, every match. It doesn't. But as you know, I'm playing 3 Miracle Fusion. I'm playing 3 Miracle Fusion, and I'm playing all these Mass Change cards. So with your Dark Angel play, you're already making 2 Dark Law. If you open up 1 Miracle Fusion, you already have a Sunrise to protect your Dark Angel play, and then you automatically replace the Miracle Fusion that you dropped for another Miracle Fusion. So you have follow-up. You already have the Sunrise out, double Dark Law, your Wonder Driver, your Dark Angel, and your DPE. Automatically, if they Dark Ruler you and clear your board, you have a DPE coming back, a Miracle Fusion in your hand. And then you have, what you can do is you can Miracle Fusion for the second Sunrise. Then you can search another Miracle Fusion 2 of the those away. So automatically on the follow-up, you have this. And so that's very strong. Like I said, this doesn't come up all the time, but it actually does come up. This is only ever going to be like a turn 3 card. But there's not a lot of cards that I would want over this, especially playing through things. When you, the fact that it's a quick effect, really helps. And I know a lot of people have been wanting to play this card for a long time, but the reality is not a lot of people are ballsy enough to play it. And so I just went for it. And the cool thing about it is like, we're gonna want to go into Dark Law. We're gonna want to put that pressure on. And the reality of it is that when the game the way it is right now, they're gonna have good cards to break your board. So you're gonna need to bounce back somehow, some way. And so having a card like this is actually pretty cool, especially when you play 3 Miracle Fusion. The reason why it's not as viable for other people is because they don't play the 3 Miracle, they usually play 1. And so a lot of times what they see as their options are these. But I like variety. So this is also possible, like I said, because you always want to see a mass change, and then with the E and Shuffle, you have about 7 mass changes in your deck. But this is consistent. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing you that you're always going to be able to make this, but it does come up turn 3, here and there. So let me pick this up. I know a lot of people are going to have questions about that Contrast Hero Chaos. And it's pretty cool because it doesn't destroy. So when you're playing against tiers, you're going to be able to negate their stuff without destroying them. So you leave the floaters on the board. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not. So the only difference here is I played 3 Regeki today. And then the 3 Lightning Storms and stuff like that. So these could very well be Ultimate Slayers, especially when you're playing through Dark Law. You can easily make that setup. Now, it's not always the most optimal thing to do. You always would want to send Garura instead. And if I go back to Super Poly, these will be Ultimate Slayers. So that way I have versatility in the extra deck that I have. But yeah, guys. So that's it. I know that there's a lot of different things. I know I'm going to have a lot of different questions, especially about Contrast Hero Chaos, Ian Shuffle. There's so much more that I could have covered, but the thing is, it's like, oh, actually, I'm sorry. I actually do got one more thing to show you guys. Hibbit, what's, how much time do we have? Is on it?
10:25.
Okay, I'm going to just try to do this quick then. So, real quick, my favorite combo with Ian Shuffle. So say you have something like this. This happens a lot because they're all 3-Os. I'm gonna try to do it like this. A hero lives into Stratos. Stratos effect is gonna search the Stratos, and he's gonna activate his effect. And so right here you got 2 random cards. You activate his effect. You're going to search out Malicious. And the reason why you search out specifically Malicious right here is because if you get stopped, you want to be able to have something engraved to extend with. A lot of times I used to like going for Shadow Mist because it gives you an additional search right away. But I like Malicious for this reason. So you go discard Malicious. Increase. Get your increase. This is going to be a little hard for me to do like this, but I'm going to try. Activate. This is where you send the mist. You trigger the mist. You get the other piece. Then you activate. You banish the Vion. You search the Poly. Then you can activate the Ian Shuffle right here. You don't have to, but you can. Take back the Stratos. I like to bring out Solid Sorcerer, and I know this video is already going long, but I will explain this better in another video. Sorry, guys. But you can bring out Solid Soldiers. This is my favorite target for it. Then from here, you go into Cross Crusader. You bring out Cross Crusader. Right here, I like to Poly because when Nibiru was a thing, you play around Nibiru as fast as possible. So you go into Cross Crusader. Then you banish the Malicious right here. For the Malicious, then you send it with the Cross Crusader. Plasma. No, you don't get Plasma. Sorry. You get Liquid Soldier. You get Liquid Soldier. Then you link these 2 off for Driver. You activate Denier. Get back the Poly. You get back the Poly. Then what you can do right here is you can activate his effect, put the Malicious, the banished Malicious back on top, but then you're going to banish it. Another one. Then what you can do is you can Polymerization, fusing these 2. Sunrise. Activate Sunrise, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. You want to protect your draw. You search for Miracle Fusion. Two random draws. Discard random card. Then from here, you activate Cross Crusader's effect. You activate Solid Soldier's effect. You're initially targeted to Stratos. You search. Plasma. You tribute. Plasma. So now automatically right here, you got at least 4 cards in hand. You got follow-up. And so this could have been Dark Angel. This could have been almost whatever else you wanted. So, and then also on top of this, if you open up the Miracle Fusion initially, then you could have saved this, go for Dystopia, and then you can Miracle Fusion. The Miracle Fusion would replace, and then you have your Dystopia that you would have got it to because you recycled the polymerization with the Wonder Driver. And the cool thing about that, you would have had 2 pops, the Dark Angel and whatever. So yeah, guys, I know this is a lot. I can explain more on Solo Soldier, why it's my favorite target for the deck, but it gives you an extra search. It's an E-Hero, and if you open it and you open up Stratos with Ferris or whatever, then it's like old school days, back before DP. There's so much more to cover about it, but not enough time. But hope you have a good day, guys.